Hello, everybody. This is the start of a new series. Sort of ish, kind of. It's gonna be weird, okay? Just bear with me. This is not a let's play. This is not anything like that, okay? And no, I don't know why I, as the mighty admin, am wearing pathetic, miserable steel armor. That looks more like it. I'm like a Greek god, dudes. I am so epic. Anyways, enough of that. Who cares? This is not about any of that, actually. This is going to be like a weekly dev blog of sorts. So I just, I have to show off my skin and my cool sandals. Yeah, look at those sandals and that crown. Just show you how epic that crown is. It's only level 0.9, but it has 200 heal, 5 fire protection. Oh yeah, and I can breathe underwater with it. Why am I showing you this stuff? Because this is the important stuff you need to know about the mighty admin crown, which you can never obtain because you will never be an admin. And only admins get the mighty admin crown. See, look at this. Just look at this. Infinite underwater breathing. It's glorious. But I digress. Let's get to the nitty gritty. This is obviously the first episode, if you hadn't already noticed. So we are going to start with like the very basics. And then from here, we will go on to further things. So when you first join the server, and I mean first, like the very first time you join, you'll end up right smack dab under this light, actually. And you will need a keyword to get interact, which actually when you first join, you will join here, but you'll also get a little pop-up. Here, the rules. Wow, this is really not optimal at all. I guess screen size is going to affect that. Interesting. Also, you get rules. You can pull the rules up at any time using the chat command rules, and it just tells you here, you want to interact, visit the page below to find out how to get it. Go there, there's a keyword you have to, a key command, I guess, that you have to enter to get interact. But at any time, you can come to spawn here and you can read the rules. You can look at the news. It scrolls through. Or actually, I just added this. Did I add this? Yes. Okay, I just added this. I knew I had it locally. I wasn't sure if it was live on the server. You can just use the chat command news to pull up the news screen here as well, which is pretty dope. And while we're talking about chat commands, there is also a chat command. If you ever find yourself very lost, you can just type in spawn, and that'll take you right back to the spawn position. The red arrows point the way to exit, so we will not follow those because ain't nobody got time to exit right now. There is a there's this little like tower kind of thing on top of the spawn building. You can kind of climb up here, take a look around. I was told you can jump off and you'll survive. I don't recommend it. Obviously I'm wearing the admin crown, so I am invincible. Yeah, so that's kind of that. Try to keep your builds some distance away from spawn. This person might be a little bit close. Same thing over here, might be a little bit close. We want to keep some spawn open so people can, as soon as they spawn, start collecting materials, harvest some trees, maybe go down into this mine here. When you first join, you will have, I believe, 10 apples, 10 torches, and 200 coins. And the coins are fun. So let's go talk about the coins. So inside of the spawn building itself, there are these two marketplaces. King's Market you can access during the daytime. The night market you can only access at night. It'll tell you on chat command it's closed at night. But so you have the market, and it works pretty easily. So I will demo this real quick, just because some people may not know how to use it. I'm going to sell some apple tree leaves. So I'm going to take it from my inventory and drop it into here. And then to actually sell this, we go over to the market orders. And because we're lazy, we're just going to search for leaf. Is it leaves? It's leaves. Okay, here we go. And we have one of these in inventory. So we can sell one, and we're going to sell it for 1 coin. And then we click sell. And now admin is selling apple tree leaves, a quantity of 1 for a price of 1. And if we want to buy something, say for example, this person is selling medium bags. Toast is selling a medium bag, a quantity of 1 for 150 coins. We want to buy that. I don't actually know if I have enough coins. Let me take a look. I have 5,000 coins. I'm good. So we want to buy the medium bag, so we will do quantity of 1, and we're willing to spend 150 coins. So we will go ahead and buy, and we have just purchased this from Toast. Had I offered to buy it for more, this would have been bought. Had I offered to spend less, there would get a market order. So actually, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do an order, and actually we'll do it for 150 again because there's none available, and we want to buy. It'll now list that on the market, somebody wants to buy a medium bag and they're willing to pay 150 coins. Anybody can then sell a medium bag for 150 coins or less, and it'll automatically be transferred to me. And then here it shows up in my inventory, and I can take it and double click and put it into my player inventory. And all the markets work that way. So we have the 2 here, and then, well, there's lots of them all over the place. And then outside here we have these as well. They function the exact same way, all the same stuff. These ones you can summon, which I believe if I, oh no, I can't drop that. That is my special. It's actually not anybody's available to make those. You can summon a trader caravan, and it's not here anymore. That's fine. You can build a, what is it called, a signpost? Let me just pull it up because I don't want to be making a fool of myself. That is not what it's called. Here we go. It is called a trading post. So you just need these, you place it, you drop it in the world, and I think it takes 2 minutes for one to show up, and then 5 minutes after the last person interacts with it, it disappears, and then you can just right click on the post and it takes a couple minutes, but it'll show up again. So that's how that works. I have actually a full video, a mod review on the commodity markets if you're still confused. Also, these guys should light up at night. I broke something when I was bug fixing something else, but that should be fixed shortly. Teleport pads. These are a big part of teleporting because you can't really do a lot of teleporting for free. So you have teleport pads. That's your one way to teleport through. There is a global network here, and you can teleport to any of these by clicking on them and clicking teleport or double clicking. Yay! And we actually want to go back to spawn. There's 4 different ones in spawn. That might be changed in the future, but that's what we have right now. Otherwise, if you want to teleport to a player, there is a teleport request, TPR, and then you would do player name, which I won't do because I don't want to teleport to. Actually, you know what? That's fine. We can do this because, boom, error message. You need teleport powder. If you want to teleport 2 people, you need teleport powder. How do you get teleport powder, you ask? Good question, my friends. I'm glad you're watching this video. There are no recipes. It is a secret recipe you need to, I don't want to say unlock, but you need to discover. So there's a handful of these, about 8 at the time of this recording. There will be more as I add them. And you craft them in the mortar here. The mortar lets you put different items into the inputs and you take stuff from the outputs. It does not give you a guide. Several mobs drop scrolls. In fact, we can look that up right now. I won't show you the contents in any of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yes, there are 8 scrolls currently for all of these different things. And the scroll, when you get one, if there's something dumb that, like, I don't care if people know for free. Okay, here, sulfur dust. That's a pretty basic one. So you get these scrolls as drops, or as treasures in some different locations, and you just punch when you're holding it, and it'll show you this cute little scroll here, and it just tells you your input, what machine it's made in, and what your output is. So as we can tell, 1 sulfur lumps makes 4 sulfur dust when it's ground in the mortar and pestle. Simple, easy peasy. Even a kid can do it. I want to throw this out now. I don't need that because I have give, so I can just give it to myself. Now that's different from the anvil and the crystal workbench, because these two both have a button where you can show a guide. So you can see, say we want to make a titanium axe, we can see that either we can use a titanium ingot and a titanium axe to create a titanium axe, or 3 titanium ingots and a iron stick will create a titanium axe. All of your items here, some of these are actually getting changed shortly. Actually, the horseshoes evidently can't be repaired, but everything else, that's what the recipe with the item in it is. That's on how to repair it. So you have a steel sword you want to repair, you go to the anvil, smithy station, as it's called, and you put in, we'll throw in a titanium sword. And if I had a titanium lump, which I don't, so maybe we should use something I do have, such as these steel boots and a steel ingot. And that's right, it uses a lump currently. That will change. It will be using ingots, but probably not by the time this video goes live. But yeah, you would just put the... Can I do it with any of these things? No, I can't. Lame. Oh well. You can see you also can make arrow tips and steel horseshoes from a steel ingot. Cool. The trident is a super rare drop, so it is not repairable. Titanium is craftable. Oh, he took one good look at me and he ran away. Excellent, perfect. The crystal workshop, similar to the smithy station, has the show guide. You can make all of these different things with crystals, and by crystals, it pretty much just means diamonds. These ones with the little things in the corners are enchanted diamond armors. They enchant with different things. I'll leave it to you to discover what they do. Some of them are kind of obvious from the names of the items and where the items come from, but again, I'll let you figure them out. Everything in the Crystal Workshop does require this chitin powder, if that's how you pronounce it. I honestly have no idea. And that you can get from killing mobs. That's all that. I just added this. If you find bugs, you can send them my way in the admin mailbox, or you can report them on the Discord or via email. And then lastly of the stations, we have the fuel puck creator. This is pretty simple machine, quite honestly. I'm gonna have to grab some more junk. Let's get some leaves. Sure, give me 10 of those and give me 10 of these, and while we're at it, give me 10 of those. I don't actually think these ones work, but that's all right. So there's a lot of different items we can put into this fuel puck creator. I'm just going to chuck these in. Those work as well. Okay. We put a coal lump. The only item you can use is a coal lump to fuel this machine. It is the only fuel. I should probably put a little coal lump icon or something in here so you know that. It'll, I believe, outputs 10 fuel pucks before it runs out. And there's, I think it's a 10-second delay. I wrote this code custom. I don't remember what I did. Or maybe it takes 8 items. Well, it must take 6 because there was 5 and now there's 1. So if there's 3 left, we'll know that it takes 6. Yeah, so it takes 6 items and it makes 1 fuel puck. And it can do, like I said, I believe it can make 10 of them before it runs out. If it does run out, it's game over. It's not game over, but there we go. If it runs out, it doesn't save the fuel. The fuel keeps burning even though there's nothing in it. And basically you wasted that lump of coal. But these fuel pucks are pretty good. I forget what the burn time is on them. I don't know if this tells us. No, it won't tell us what the burn time is. Oh well, they burn for a decent length of time. I believe almost as long as coal, maybe even longer. I honestly do not remember. Because I didn't pay that much attention. That was actually one of the early things. Because people wanted the biofuel mod, and I didn't really like the biofuel mod. I was like, doesn't really fit with the theme. This is kind of a fantasy thing. We got some different mobs here. We got these little zombie dudes. I believe 16 different random textures. There's 3 styles of them. You know, they're kind of whatever. They occasionally will drop some things that are okay. Nothing too amazing. This looks a little sketch. You gotta run through the nether to get into the house. Okay, that's cool. As far as any special mods, I honestly don't even know what do I have that's a special mod. There's several that are made custom for. Oh, we have Other Worlds. So up in outer space, I think it starts at like positive 5,000 nodes. There's asteroids and stuff, and they have ores in them. You know, it's kind of meh, whatever. We got different castle decor and stuff here. Cave Realms Light is installed at commodity markets, obviously. Oh, there is somewhere around here somebody had a whole field of these things. A what do you call this? Compost mod. So you can get soil from leaves and sticks and stuff, basically. Fire is enabled, but you have to have a privilege because some idiot went and did this. So yes, a lot of pristine jungle was burned to the ground because some careless person started it on fire. And yeah, they don't just disappear. They burn into these burnt trees, which, let me just demo a little something here. Whee! The burnt trees fall. So, it is actually kind of easy to clean them up because you just knock out the bottom one and everything on top of it falls. But when they burn, they don't necessarily trigger it, so some floating ones will exist. It's just the nature of things. But yeah, so now you need a privilege to start fires, which nobody but myself has yet because I have not implemented the system. That should be in the next video where we talk about it. Lumberjack mod, let me discuss that real quick. I don't think I have the Lumberjack privilege, so that's kind of cool. Because, why would the admin need the Lumberjack privilege? That would just be silly. I'll just give myself a diamond axe because, why not? So let's also turn off fly move. Oh, wow, cool. I guess I have it. So if you don't have the Lumberjack privilege, you have to climb up to the top of a tree in order to harvest it. And you're supposed to be able to put little climby things on the trees, but I have a feeling because I have the privilege, I can't. So let me revoke admin Lumberjack. I still have it. Evidently, I cannot revoke myself. Revoke admin Lumberjack. Nope, I cannot revoke it for myself. Oh well. So you right click on the tree trunks with an axe, and that will put little footholds in them so you can climb up it. Not really needed so much for a tree of this size, but for like jungle trees, evergreens, big trees, it's nice because you can get up and to the top and then chop from the top down, which is what that mod requires that you do, so we don't get a bunch of floating trees. And then once you achieve a certain number, I believe cutting down 400 logs, I don't think it's trees, it's logs, and planting some number of saplings, I don't remember how many, then you get the power to do that and take the whole tree down with one fell swoop. And of course you get all of the inventory, and your axe takes the damage of all of the individual chopping instances. So you're just saving time, essentially, is all it's doing. But the burnt tree trunks, and all the trees will burn and leave burnt trunks like that. They don't do that because they fall. Also, grass is flammable, crazily enough, which is why we had some crazy looking grass out here in this burn zone. When this burning happened, only dirt with grass was flammable, but now pretty much all dirt is flammable if it has something on it. Let me see if I can pull up dirt. I get mixed results on this sometimes. Yeah, see, here it works. So the dirt with coniferous litter is burnable. The dirt with dry grass is burnable. This is they're all burnable. The only thing that's not is, well, compressed dirt isn't. The scorched dirt doesn't burn. Just plain old dirt doesn't burn. Dirt doesn't burn. Dirt with snow doesn't burn, and the dry dirt and compacted dirt also do not burn. These pathway and the ones with lights in them don't burn either at the moment. So you may have noticed there's all these little square footprints. Oh, my face is cut in half. All these little square footprints. Those are from, what is it called? The path mod, I believe. So if I go do this, as I walk around, I will leave footprints occasionally. And if the path is walked on enough, you'll get these path nodes. So you can kind of stalk people a little bit. And if enough people walk around, they will form paths. So that's kind of cool. The paths I don't think ever change back to normal dirt, but these footprint ones do change back to the original parent node after some time. What are we looking at here? 20 minutes. Is there any other things that I want to cover in this first video? Nether is pretty much Nether. I mean, I have tweaked almost every mod in here. I've tweaked the fire mod, 3D armor is tweaked. But yeah, you just build a portal such as this with obsidian, Mies crystal fragments. I believe you can just click anywhere in it and that'll create a teleport thing, or a portal rather, as they're called, to the Nether. Why do you want to go to the Nether? Honestly, I don't know. It's a horrible, horrible place. There's not much here. Yeah, other than these larva things that, if you're not wearing admin armor, will kill you in like 2 hits. That's not entirely true. But if you're wearing steel armor, yeah, they only take 2 or 3 hits to kill you. They're pretty vicious. And yeah, you got a lot of lava. And yeah, it's kind of not a cool place. Right now, there's really not anything of great value down here. Oh, really? Are we gonna do that? Okay, bud. Let me just take you out with my titanium sword real quick. Oh, speaking of titanium swords, this is the only place you'll find titanium. So if you want to make titanium tools, you'll find that in the Nether. And actually right here, it looks like we have some titanium. But I will leave that for whoever's built this portal, because obviously I don't need it. I am, after all, a mighty admin. Let me out. There we go. All right, I think that wraps this up. I believe that's all of the things covered. Please stop walking into lava, people. Like, for real. So this is what you get when you initially join. 10 torches, 20 apples, and 200 gold coins. Oh, that does remind me of one thing I should mention. Because some people don't seem to understand this. If we look here, if we look here, so you can withdraw coins from the marketplace in multiples of 1,000. I guess I did 10,000. Let's try that again. In multiples of 1,000. 1,000 coins is 1 gold ingot. So, and you can put your gold ingots in and turn them into coins. So some people are really selling stuff for, well, let's just say way too little. Like, well, I'm intentionally selling these low, but yeah, I think there's some stuff in the market for, look at this. Somebody's selling applewood planks for 1 coin. It's 1,000th of a gold ingot. People are really undervaluing their items, other than this guy who's selling the teleport pad for a very high amount of money. You can craft it for a lot less than that, let me tell you. The diamond here, this looks relatively accurate, right? 4 gold ingots for a diamond. I mean, that seems like that'd be fair. We got somebody selling a lot of bones. Okay, well, that's enough of that. I think that covers what we're going to cover for this video. I don't want to cover too much because this is still heavily in development, so a lot of stuff is changing. Yeah. Obviously, if you ever want to... Okay, let me just mention this real quick because this is something that kind of keeps coming up. So say you want to craft something. You know, you look it up in here and blah, 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 whatever. If it has a craft recipe, you craft it in the crafting grid. Say you want to make, I don't know, you want to make gunpowder. If there's no recipe, I would say like 93% of the time, that number is totally just, I pulled it out of absolutely nowhere. There's no math or science behind it. If there's not a craft recipe, there's a fairly good chance that it's something that's crafted in one of these stations. So for example, here's actually a really good example. If we look at like the steel armor, it says there's no craft recipe. You can't create your armors in your inventory. Wooden armor you can, but all of the other armors, you can't create them in your inventory. You need either the smithy station for the metal armors, or if you're doing the diamond or the enchanted diamond armors, you need the crystal workshop to create those. And then any kind of like powder potions. I wish I could remember which mod all of these are from. I think they're from the Epic mod. Yeah, so like we have anti-fire powder, we have ash, there's sulfur dust, there's whatever this is, salt. Actually, some of these I think are drops. And the camera just died. That's fun. Cool. I'll just leave that in because we're just gonna wrap it up here. So let me just shut that off real quick before. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. This is like 0 edits, so I don't want to have to do a lot of work on it. That's gonna wrap it up. So yeah, episode 1 next week, same time, same channel, of course. And I'll just be covering some of the new changes and stuff that's been added, and occasionally maybe look at some player builds, because that could be a lot of fun, right? And that's gonna wrap it up. So thanks for watching, and I will make sure I have the server address down in the video description so you can check it out if you're interested, and I'll see y'all next time.